Hello, hello, this is John Lee from Dashboard Dudes, and today we are going to make butter from scratch. Once you realize how easy it is to make butter from scratch, you are going to wonder, why am I paying for butter? But I get it. It's easy and it's in the grocery store, but it's going to be so easy. Okay, cool. We only need, honestly, 2 ingredients. You're going to need some heavy whipping cream and a little bit of salt. And well, the salt is even optional if you want it salted butter or unsalted butter. But I'm going to tell you how this is going to work. So the heavy whipping cream, what's going to happen is we're going to spin it, right? We're just going to keep spinning it. Then what's going to happen is the fat is going to separate from the water. You're going to lose about half the weight of the cream that we put in there to just water. And that's the water is what makes buttermilk. So just like our data, we have to get our ingredients. In this instance, we only need 1 ingredient. But we have a stand mixer here. And I'm going to say that you should invest in a stand mixer. You could totally use a hand mixer, but you're just going to have to stand over that thing for a long time, right? Kind of like our ETLs, we have our different steps, joins, appends, whatever, to help us do it. I'm sure if you don't know what data stuff is and you just hear me talking about butter and I'm saying joins and appends, you're like, what the hell is going on right now? But it's okay. It's okay. You're going to learn butter anyway. So I am going to take this heavy whipping cream right here, and I am going to put in about 2 cups, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 cups right now. So heavy whipping cream 1. Cool. I'm going to do 1 more. Okay, pretty easy. Nice. All right, let's have a look-see. I am going to take my whisk application, put it in, lock it, and set it low. We're going to set it low first, okay? And we're just going to let it go for a while. Cool. And we're going to gradually increase the speed. You don't want to go full throttle because you're going to have cream going everywhere. So let's keep going. Yeah. So now I'm on level 4-ish. We're just going to let it go. Good. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. All right, awesome. Look, we got some butter, right? What happened is our cream, all we did, we just put in cream. We let it do its job of the mixer doing the work for us and to separate the water from the fat. And it went through a phase of cream to whipped cream to butter now. We are almost done, right? It's similar to us getting data and to us putting a filter on it, so selecting columns, removing duplicates, just stuff we don't need in there. So I have all of this buttermilk right now, and I am not going to use this. If you need it for whatever, a seance, I don't know, use it, but I don't need it. I'm going to dump it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my bowl with cold water. You're going to see why. So I just filled my bowl with cold water, and hey, your butter should be doing this. It should be like Play-Doh, where it's all just sticking together. All right, so I'm going to take my whisk off of here. I don't need this anymore. We are done with this, and I'm going to just knock off the butter pieces into the water. So what are we doing right now? We just dumped a bunch of water. Why are we putting water back into it? Well, we're not. We're actually going to try to squeeze more water out of it. That's what we want to do. And you see, it's kind of like wax. Kind of like wax in a candle. Okay, cool. So check this out. All right, so check this out, right? We have this water over here. So this butter has floated to the top. What we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze it. I know, we're just gonna squeeze it like Play-Doh. We're just gonna squeeze it in the water. We're trying to get more moisture out of it. So why are we putting in water? Well, I actually really enjoyed chemistry in high school and college, and one is likes like, right? We are trying to get all the moisture out, and by squeezing the butter in water, what's happening is all the moisture inside of the butter, the water, is trying to leave and to join its friends, the other hydrophilic water on the outside. You have hydrophobic and hydrophilic. That's how waxes, oil, soap, and what's what you're trying to do. Cool. So we're kind of almost done, honestly. All right. So we are going to squeeze as much moisture as we can out. We're just doing it a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. And look at that, right? I have some butter, but we're not done. So now I'm going to take this water, dump it again. Slap, 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 slap. You know, if you are having a bad day, dashboard's just not working for you, ETL, group buys, not making any sense, just make some butter. I'm just pouring more moisture out as I go. Just make some butter, get your frustration out right here. Okay, so we're basically done. We have our butter and you're kind of done. But if you want to salted butter, then we need to do a couple more things. So all you're going to need in addition is a scale, if you have one. If you don't have one, we could do a different way. All right, so we have a scale right here. And all I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take my butter and I am going to just try to pour out any more moisture. I have a little bit. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to put the container back on the scale without the butter. Cool. I'm going to hit tare because I want it to go back to 0. Plop that sucker in. So if you could see here, my reading says I have 119 grams. So that's 119 grams of butter. I know in the US, we're like, what's a gram? Is that a unit of time? What is that? Cool. So if we want to do salt, we want to do roughly 2 to 3% of that to go make it salted butter. And I would rather I'd err on the side of less, and then you can always add more if you want to, okay? So if we round this, that's like 1.2. So I'm going to try to put it in until I get about a 2.4. So 2.4, I'm going to put enough salt to get this number down to like 120. Okay, cool. Oh, 120. Okay, perfect. Now we're on 20. Okay, so I'm done with this guy, with this scale. Ooh, now with that scale, and I'm just gonna mix it again. Okay, hey, and we're kind of done, honestly. Now, how do you store this? Well, you can put it in a bowl if you want to. Just put it in a bowl, cover it, and you have it. You could put it in a little piece of Tupperware with a lid. I have a butter mold. So I'm going to put it on my butter mold over here. I mean, obviously, I'm doing this quite often. What do you expect, right? So I'm going to just put in my little mold over here. Cool. And I'm just going to use my fingers for now. It is like Play-Doh. Look at that. Look at that. I've used this for crepes, grilled cheeses, a baguette, which if you're watching the baguette video, I assure you, if you tell people that you made your own baguette and your own homemade butter, they're going to think you're amazing at data. And look at that. Pow, pow, pow. Voila. We did it. Nice. Hey, look, we did it. We took cream similar to data. We took some ingredients. We did some stuff to it, stripped out what we didn't need from it, ran it through a process, ETL, whatever, some formulas, removed some stuff that we didn't need. And look, I made something super valuable with it. Cool. And that's it. And not only that, we put it in a mold to make it look nice, to display well. And you can tell people when they ask you, how'd you learn how to make butter? You're like, oh, from this dashboard thing, this guy who likes data. That's how I learned to make butter. Cool. Well, congrats to you. Good job. And I look forward to showing you more cooking techniques. So if you are also watching the baguette video, when you add homemade butter to a homemade baguette, man, people are going to love you. And then you can tell me what it feels like to be loved.